Financial independence, retire early, also known as FIRE. So I'm in DC right now, and I'm going to be giving you the top 3 ways that you can achieve FIRE so that you can retire early and enjoy everything that life has to offer. Now, one of the most common questions I get is, how much money do I need to retire early? Well, in order to figure out how much you need, you got to figure out how much you spend. If you spend $5,000 per month, you're going to need $60,000 per year. But if you spend $10,000 per month, you're going to need $120,000 per year. My most recent video will show you exactly how to track your spending. So one of the most popular ways to retire early is through index funds. Index funds are like a basket full of stocks. So you can buy one index fund and you'd own Apple, Tesla, Google, Meta. And using index funds, you can use something called the 4% rule. The 4% rule says you can withdraw 4% of your portfolio and never run out of money. This is because on average, the S&P 500 goes up about 8% per year. You account for 4% for inflation, and that means you can spend the rest of your 4% without ever running out of money. So using this rule of thumb, we can work backwards to find out our early retirement number. So for example, if my fiance and I want to spend $7,500 per month, that's $90,000 per year. So if you divide 90,000 by 4%, you'd get $2.25 million. Now I understand $2.25 million is a lot of money. It could take you decades to get there. And by then you're not retiring early, you're just retiring normally. So I want you to understand that the biggest lever to retiring early with index funds is to lower your spending. Instead of spending $7,500 per month, if we could only spend $5,000 per month, that's only $60,000 per year. And $60,000 divided by 4% using the 4% rule means we would need $1.5 million to retire instead of the original $2.25 million. But let's take it one step further. You probably couldn't live on that much less here in Washington, D.C., but a lot of people who retire early actually move out of the United States because the United States in general is a high cost of living. People are moving to Portugal, Panama, Puerto Rico to lower their expenses so they can retire early. So for example, if you can spend $2,000 per month in Thailand, which is a very hefty salary there, that's only $24,000 per year. And $24,000 divided by 4% is only $600,000. You only need $600,000 to retire early in Thailand and never run out of money. And you're living a very, very comfortable lifestyle. So don't be afraid to think creatively and get outside the box. Maybe you have to move outside the United States, but retiring early with index funds is possible, and people do it all the time. But let's talk about another strategy that I know you're gonna like, and it's called real estate. At its most basic level, retiring early with real estate means you buy a bunch of properties, you rent those properties out, and that rental income will pay for your lifestyle. Here's a real life example. So my duplex rents out for about $2,500 per month. The mortgage payment plus maintenance is about $1,800 per month. So I'm earning $700 per month in cash flow every single month for my property. Now imagine if I had 10 of those properties, I'd be making $7,000 per month, which is definitely enough to retire early on. And that's exactly what my friends James and Erin did at Rethink the Rat Race. They have a couple long-term rentals, a couple short-term rentals, and now they just travel the world managing those rentals remotely. I mean, that's the retired early goals lifestyle right there. I truly believe that using real estate is one of the fastest ways that you can retire early. Because if you buy one property for the next 5 years, you could pretty much retire early and just travel the world and manage your rentals remotely. Now, that's assuming that everything goes correctly, and trust me, I'm the first to know that everything does not go correctly when you're buying real estate. But that's why my fiance and I want to do a hybrid model of the two. We want to buy real estate, but we also want to invest in passive index funds. So a hybrid approach is the third way to retire early. We love the idea of retiring early with real estate, but we know that being a landlord isn't that glamorous. We love the idea of passive index funds, but we know that it'll take many years to accumulate a multi-million-dollar portfolio. So here's our rough plan as of now. We've calculated that we could live off about $6,000 per month or about $72,000 per year. If we went all in on index funds, according to the 4% rule, we would need $1.8 million to retire. This would take about 18 years for us to hit. That's much too long. But let's say we owned 5 properties that gave us $700 per month. That's $3,500 per month, meaning we would only need $2,500 per month to make up the difference. And according to the 4% rule, that would be $750,000 worth of index funds, which would only take 11 years to do, meaning we could retire before the age of 40. So I know I'm throwing a lot of numbers out there. These are all like hypothetical, but I just want to get your brain working on what's possible of retiring early. If you don't want to touch a toilet or get your hands dirty, then using index funds and the 4% rule is probably the way to go. But if you want to fast track your way to early retirement, real estate is probably your answer. And using a hybrid approach of some real estate and some index funds works great too. That's what I love about the personal finance finance and FIRE community that it's not a one-size-fits-all. It's more of a choose-your-own adventure. There are many, many ways to achieve FIRE, including this last bonus one. Now, real estate has been around for thousands of years, and the stock market has been around for over a century, but this last way to retire early has just popped up in the last, I would say, 10 years. And I'm going to categorize it as digital businesses. Digital businesses allow you to create and sell a product completely online. Here's an example. My friend Cody creates templates and digital printables on Etsy. They might be calendars, organizers, journals, templates, but he makes them aesthetically pleasing and promotes them and sells them on Etsy. So he makes a template once and then he can sell it for $20 forever. Doing this allows him to work less than 20 hours per week on his digital business. And through all the templates he's created, it allows him to travel and live a lifestyle of his choosing. So that's just one example of how you can front load your work and create these products and then sell them passively and, reap the benefits of that. There's e-commerce, course selling, membership platforms, and so much more. These digital businesses will definitely take more trial and error, and not everyone is going to succeed. I can pretty much guarantee your first digital business will not let you retire early, but there's definitely opportunity in the space to keep creating and keep trying and keep learning. And if you have the desire and the energy and the effort to retire early, I definitely think you can do it. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from this, and take care.